Hello, it's us again.
Hi.
We're back. The time now is 8:18 and we've just seen two shows. We're going to review the first one in this video, and then which was Miss Lindsay's Secret, and then after that we'll do the last one of today. So this is the second show of the day. It was at 4 o'clock at the Scottish Storytelling Centre, which is in off just it's down the bottom of the Royal Mile, really, at the Netherbow Theatre, which is actually quite a nice environment, wasn't it? Yeah.
Very nice.
So, do you want to just
tell
everybody? It's just because this was your choice, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I'd missed this one.
So this is the blurb. Come in, shut the door, open the box. What's inside? Concealed for over a century, this intimate tale of a Scottish seamstress binds the gentle hills of Glenesk to Canada's heady Klondike gold rush. Using original live music, drama and historical material from Glenesk Museum, a lively and moving local story woven into Scotland's national identity reaches across time and continent.
Letters are found hidden in a remote Scottish glen. They tell the intimate tale of a Scottish seamstress binding her to the heady Klondike gold rush. Come in, shut the door, open the box. Miss Lindsay's Secret. I haven't told anyone. Shall I tell you?
It's worth saying right from the outset that this is true. These letters were found by I think the lady who was Maria MacDonell is the
she's the writer.
She's the writer, and her involvement with the museum at Glenesk. And it's a real family affair, isn't it? Because her husband's
the male voice, and we'll tell you why there's a male voice in a minute.
And the music was played by her daughter.
Yeah, their daughter.
Their daughter. Yes. Thank you.
So that's
the lady with.
That's Miss Lindsay.
This was. Let's put it in time scale. It was.
The Klondike was 1897.
Yeah.
So it was from then right up till I think 1916 was was the last letter that they read.
Yeah.
So it's that's the time frame. So very late 19th century to the sort of first more than a few years, but 1916.
And certainly the letters were between Miss Lindsay and her friend, male friend, and I'm trying to remember his name.
It was
Alexander.
And I've forgotten his surname.
Sorry about that. Anyway,
Alex.
Alexander.
He signed it Alex, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But basically, they were discovered. They'd been hidden. That's why the title is Miss Lindsay's Secret, because they had been hidden. And what a wonderful find. So it was all his letters to her, and sadly all her letters to him in Canada have gone. Yeah. They don't exist.
They don't exist. And it was I mean, we don't want to give the whole thing away, but it was delightful and wonderful and heartbreaking to some extent, wasn't it?
It was just wonderful.
It was.
And that the reason, and obviously because his letters to her remain, that's why you had the male voice. So Alan was on stage.
Yes.
Reading, had a beautiful voice, beautiful voice.
Scottish brogue, I think you'd say, wouldn't you? and he was wonderful. Yeah, I mean all three of them were just brilliant. I just was blown away by this. Really, I thought it was absolutely delightful.
Yeah, I mean the setting. So as we all came into the theatre, Maria was sitting there. She was the role of the curator, and she was just reading things, and then the other two joined her on stage. But all the artefacts looked authentic. They obviously weren't, but we learnt afterwards that actually they'd come from Maria's mother's home.
That's right, yeah.
So in fact, they were, of a period, more or less the right period.
As we were walking out, the lady at the back said, "Oh, thanks for coming," and we just got talking to her, and she just turned out to be Erin, the producer.
Yeah, so
she was lovely, and she was filling us in a little bit.
Yeah, and she was pointing out, because we hadn't sort of read the back, we hadn't looked at it properly. The fact that it was very much a family affair on stage, so that was great.
And she did say that they're hoping to take it to Canada. Was it in a couple of years' time?
Well,
whenever they can.
At some point.
Yeah, so that would be really great if they could actually.
Yeah, because obviously there's a direct link between Canada and Glenesk, and there's the museum at Glenesk, so that has all the artefacts, the original.
So we need
artifacts.
We need to do a tour of Scotland.
So we're going to go to the Isle of Lewis because Elsa MacTaggart.
Yeah.
And we need to go to the Museum of Glenesk.
And there'll be somewhere else as well. We're obviously going to come across something else, aren't we?
So it was absolutely fantastic. And a couple of other things. Some of the letters actually were quite racy.
They were a bit, yeah.
Which it made everybody laugh.
Yeah, it was actually.
And that was obviously involved in the language, but what was
the name for a pocket?
For a pocket was a pooch.
A pooch, yes.
And that was interesting.
Yeah.
We will say no more.
Yeah.
But
so you have to go see that. There's a tease. That's a tease for you, because
it was lovely.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
It really was.
And then obviously we have to mention the music, which was tremendous.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Beautifully.
So this was Georgina, and she played predominantly violin, but she also had a tongue hand drum.
Right. Yeah. And
a kalimba.
And a shruti box.
Now this is like a drone box. Now I've never seen one of these before, and I thought it was brilliant actually. Very, very effective, and a sewing machine, because at one point
that's right, and
she was doing. So not only was she doing the music, she's doing sound design as well for the show,
right.
Which was brilliant.
Because that came up, some of the items that she was making in the letters, and at that point she was playing. No, it was a singer sewing machine on stage, and that got played. But it was just delightful. And for all of us who either write letters still or,
Jane's a letter writer.
I'm a letter writer. For those of us that have kept letters that have been written for years and who just sort of keep items, because all of her items were catalogued in a book. So that was great. So some of those were read out. So all of those hoarders or collectors of memorabilia, as I like to call it, would love this show. I mean, plus it's a delightful show anyway, and you really, you learn something.
You do.
Just a tiny little bit of history.
The story is just wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
How many stars, Jane?
Oh, I think I'm going to give it a 5. I have to give it a 5.
I'm going to give it 4, but that's not to say less. It's a 5-star review.
I think it really is wonderful. I have to go with 5.
Oh, that's fine. I thought you would. That's all right. That's because it was delightful. It was absolutely wonderful. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. I think we've covered everything.
We'll see you in the next video. The next one we're doing is Woke, which will see you next time. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Cheers now. Bye bye.
Bye.